At just 14 years old, Jada is already a genius, having made history being the youngest university student in Jamaica.
I love coding, programming, building websites, inspecting websites. I really do love creating fun facts. I read about 60 books last year, mainly fiction. I do love fiction.
Jada started her tertiary journey in January after being accepted into the University of Technology UTech to pursue a degree in computer science. She was accepted last August at the age of 13. However, she waited until she was 14 to start. She's been coding since she was 9.
My first website I remember was a cat membership form. I love that in just a couple of minutes I could create something that people could see and people could use and that served a purpose. And that main purpose was to convince my parents to buy me a cat.
Jada, who spent only 3 years in high school, was mainly homeschooled due to the pandemic.
She liked to discover things on her own. She's not coming into my classes unless she have taught herself, and then she will come for the reinforcement.
Jada's parents, Julian and Donovan Wright, are educators. Both say from a tender age, she was always disciplined and committed.
The first gift I gave her was a book. So I was kind of anticipating, and then she started to read it. Once she reached that, she started to play with it first, then she started to, as soon as she could reach, she started to read it.
Mr. Wright says when a child has potential, parents must support their endeavors.
You're putting yourself in their shoes, and probably their shoes is bigger than your shoes. So probably they're way advanced. So I think we have to rethink in terms of how we approach these kind of students.
You just have to be willing to put in the work. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, but that's just a part of life.
You know, I get excited when I see the fully bright people. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
We live for this.
We live for this.
These conversations,
yeah,
we love them.
Because brightness catching in the nest.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Yes. Your environment is very important. And therefore, I'm so happy to have 14-year-old Jada Wright, who has definitely got it right and has had a history of academic success.
Young Jada says she's only getting started towards her dreams and aspirations of becoming a software engineer. Now, that is what you call fully bright. Fully bright.
Completely. Full rev. Listen.
Welcome to Sunrise.
Jada.
Welcome to Sunrise, Jada.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, let me just draw some of the brain. You're such an inspiration. So 14 years old, and you are reading for your Bachelor of Science degree at the University of Technology. A lot of people are asking, Jada, how come?
Well, when I was, I think, 4 years old, maybe not 4, I was in first grade. My parents actually made me skip second grade, and I just went straight into third grade. So in between that kind of space there, I was homeschooled for a couple of months, and that's when I really realized that I love to learn.
How do you manage these multiple timelines?
Yes. While still being a child and enjoying your childhood.
Yes.
I try to find balance. I do a lot of things outside of school. I have a dog and a cat who I love.
You hear that?
Yes.
Continue.
So I also do photography. I play the piano. I do quite a lot outside of school, including karate, swimming. So
When do you sleep, Jada?
So I try to sort of find a balance between my schoolwork and still trying to, be myself.
Yeah.
Figuring out all of the kind of things that I love to do. And I specifically love computer science because coding has always been part of my life. I've been coding since I was 9, and so I know that's exactly what I want to do when I grow up.
So for parents who have children who may not enjoy learning like you do, or may not show a natural, gravitation toward learning, your parents obviously have played a very integral role in your life and learning. What can parents do to get their children to, love learning more and excel more?
I would say to find what they're interested in. Really, learning is all about finding what you're interested in and then just diving right into that. That's actually one of the things I think we need to change about the educational system.
Talk to me.
Right, to provide students an opportunity to be able to explore their interests outside of things that they don't particularly like. And just figure out what they deeply love. We're all born with passions.
Yes.
Find their passion, allow them to dive into their passion, and then they're able to spread that passion into other things.
Say, for example, Jada, you were the leader of the country for the day. What changes would you want to implement and see being made? Yeah, for a day. What would you do?
I would make a change to the educational system, first of all. So I think in the educational system, we definitely need to have more varied pathways for students, since one size doesn't fit all. Not every student is the same. We don't all learn the same. For example, if someone prefers art, that doesn't mean they're not bright or intelligent. It just means that that's what their purpose is. That's what they enjoy doing. And I think we need to allow students to be able to pursue their varied pathways, pursue their varied skills, or when they're in high school, they just pass through the system. They feel like they're not able to explore the things that matter to them. I think that's what I would definitely change for sure, allowing students to have alternative pathways, allowing us to accommodate their alternative means of learning, and just making education fun for students so they don't feel like they're just passing through the system, but they're actually learning something meaningful to them.
I ask that the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, please, sir. Yes, come and join us, sir. Greetings, sir. Good morning. Welcome, sir, to the set.
Lovely to see you.
Sir?
Yes.
What do you think of what Jada has said?
I think we need Jada in the education system to help re-engineer it.
Yes.
Yeah. But she's absolutely right, because the traditional approach, which is decades old, tends to put people in a bit of a silo towards their traditional careers. And many people have other interests, other passions, and the education system doesn't really sufficiently cater for that. So the experience of education for them is not a wholesome one, not an enriching one. So, of course, it would require a lot of input at the teacher training level as well, as to how exactly you could explore those pathways. But I think countries which do that tend to have better educational outcomes.